I'm Waffle, and welcome to the SlowNerd Adult Server. A new season has started recently, and they run for about a year, so we're just getting going. I've been doing my little starter activities. And I've decided to sell wool as my first shop. So let's head over to the beginnings of the shopping district and let's see where we could set up. Well, here we are in the outlines of the shopping district, and I do see there's a few pop-up shops. I'm not gonna comment if anyone remembers Cake from last season. But I have been walking around a little bit, and I think that across the little way here, this nice little river, I'm sure eventually it'll have a decent bridge, but right across here, in this area here, if you see it makes a big ring with the path, we could start setting up right here for our first wool shop. So let's get to it. Let's get to building a wool shop. Well, I really like the way this turned out. This is pretty neat. I did keep the white and blue flowers to kind of keep some consistency with all this chaos around here. And if you saw, yep, I did the backside. A little vine that's growing its way up it. So it's pretty cool. And there, I see more shops that are popping up, and there's another one there. And I think back there, there's some more too. This shop right here by Faz is selling totems. I bought one earlier. Thank you, Faz. Much appreciated. But yeah, this came out really well. I know wool is an easy farm to make, but it's one of those blocks that's just useful for builds, for marking things and whatnot, so I think it'll do okay. Here we have the inside, marking out where all the different colors and whatnot are, and you can paint in the middle. I really like it. There's an upstairs. There's nothing upstairs. It could be for extra stock I have, or maybe I can make offices eventually there. And I have teamed up with Antion, who also has a wool farm, and so we'll keep this stocked and full, and we can also take bulk orders from the nerds as well, so we'll be ready to go. But yeah, I think that one's done. Now next, something that's been happening recently is I have that little honey shop, right, and my starter base, and a lot of nerds have been buying directly from my doorstep. And so I think it's time to make it a bit more official. Now this build is heavily influenced by Nanoroid's Barrel House, so it's a bit of a bonus build. Alright, editing Waffle, hit the music. Welcome back. I like the way this thing turned out. Ended up adding, hello Tycho, a bit more detail around here. And so of course we're selling the usual honey goods. Take a look on the inside. We have our honey blocks, we have our honeycomb blocks, plenty of honeycomb itself to sell to our nerds around here. But all in all, I really like how this one turned out. That was a fun little build to work on. Also, look at this that popped up while I was working on this. This is by Critical Cat, and Critical is selling the frog lights, so I went ahead and bought some of those. But that is an awesome shop. Anyhow, these two shops are done, and now I gotta put away all this big mess of stuff. So I'll get to work on that, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.